Are you ready for another episode of the Uncle T Show?
The most electrifying Southern soul and music podcast.
Just me and you. Let's go. We can start in Atlanta, swerving down Peachtree. To a heavy trap beat, but you're moving so sweetly, so sweetly. Grab your dancing shoes, baby, pack up your bags. We ain't checking no luggage, we popping no tag. Just hit the highway, let the bass line bump. Got the R&B chords making the whole trunk jump. If you riding shotgun, I don't care where we land. As long as we stepping and I'm holding your hand. We stepping anywhere, baby, stay to stay. As long as I'm with
ladies
you.
And gentlemen, kings and queens, Southern Soul family all across the country. Y'all already know what time it is. We are live in the building with the hottest platform in the game. The home of the award-winning podcast. The heartbeat of Southern Soul, blues, R&B, and real conversations. The Uncle T Show. Now let me introduce the man, the myth, the movement, straight out of Nashville, Tennessee. A powerhouse in the culture, a voice for the people, a bridge between the music, the artists, and the fans. He's known as everybody's favorite uncle, Mr. Southern Soul of Nashville, the ambassador of Southern Soul, and the one and only People's Champ. From exclusive interviews to major live events, to bringing the biggest names in the game to the spotlight, he's built this platform brick by brick with passion, consistency, and real love for the culture. So wherever you're watching from, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or Uncle T Radio, get locked in, tap in, and turn it all the way up. Because the block is hot, the vibes are right, and the grown folks are officially in the building. Make some noise and show some love for the one, the only Uncle T.
West Coast bounce.
What's up, my good people? Happy Thursday. Y'all, it's almost Friday. It's almost a weekend. Welcome to another episode of the Uncle T Show. Thank y'all for tapping in. Let us know where you're from. Y'all don't be ashamed now. Y'all, tonight's going to be an excellent interview. I have a young lady that's coming up, and she's about her business, and I love that. She puts on a lot of things when it comes to Southern Soul. She puts so hard and everything into it, and I'm glad to have her on the Uncle T Show. But before we get this thing started, y'all know I got to introduce the co-host. Let's go ahead and bring him on up.
You are listening to Roanoke's own DJ Blast.
You already know what time it is. Welcome to the Uncle T Show, where we bring you real conversations, real soul, and real vibes. Joining us straight out of Roanoke, Virginia, bringing the energy, the personality, and the flavor to the show. Make some noise for our co-host, DJ Blast.
DJ Blast, what's going on, baby? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. I can't complain. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, doing good. Y'all have football practice today?
Yeah, man. That's football season, man, with them boys, man. They got me running here, running there. 3 boys, 3 different teams, just running.
Running. I know that's right. Hey, that's part of being a parent. You know,
it's a good it's a good problem to have, man. I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I am, but I'm not, because it could be, a whole lot worse. So I'm blessed, man. Can't complain.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited about tonight, man.
Are you?
I'm really excited about tonight's interview.
Yes, yes. I like people with businesses, and I love to interview them too. I'm gonna start bringing more people with businesses on up and everything. More promoters, more people out here trying to branch out, and managers and everything to try to help with the people, man. To try to help the artist in itself.
Yeah.
So I'm finna go ahead and introduce her, y'all. Y'all, I've been posting this video flyer, and I didn't get to make her intro, but we're gonna use the video flyer as her intro. Here we go.
Southern Soul family, get ready. This Wednesday night, the Uncle T Show is bringing you another exclusive live interview. Uncle T, alongside Ms. Key and DJ Blast, welcomes the phenomenal Tanya Raye Holmes out of Tampa, Florida. She's the owner of Blues by the Water, a publicist, podcaster, and the host of the Opinion podcast. We're talking about her journey, her vision, the business behind the brand, Southern Soul culture, and what's next for Tanya Raye Holmes. Wednesday, August 12th, 2026, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Presented with support from R.L. Kelly Productions. Tap into the award-winning Uncle T Show, your plug. Southern Soul, real talk, real soul, real vibes. Who do it better? Nobody. Tanya Raye Holmes on the Uncle T Show. Don't miss it.
Hey, what's going on, Miss Tanya? How you doing?
I am lovely. Thank y'all for having me.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Tanya, for people that don't know too much about you, would you like to let the people know where you're from?
So I am in Tampa. Before coming to Tampa, I lived in Atlanta for 28 years almost. And before that, I was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska, home
Oh,
of Bud Crawford.
okay, yeah, I think I seen something about you posted something about doing it when you did a show out there.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. So Atlanta for 28 years. Boy, I used to live in Atlanta for 5 of them. So how is the big change from Atlanta to Tampa?
Very, very different. Atlanta, obviously, we all know is Black Hollywood for sure.
Yes.
Um, 27 years there. I went to school there for entrepreneurship,
Okay.
retail merchandising, visual merchandising.
Okay.
I went to school for hospitality. I went to school for education. And I also went to school for marketing and small business management. And from that point, I got into retail. I worked for someone's small mom and pop shop.
Okay.
And then eventually I got, too big for myself, of course.
Okay.
And then I, opened my own store.
Yes.
And so I did that. And then when, record stores were no longer in existence, I went straight into being a publicist because I had already had the label relationships, the industry connects, the,
Yes.
face value. I had already been doing a lot of media. I did every year BET Hip Hop Awards came to Atlanta, which was also the
Yes.
weekend of my birthday. So every year I would do a BET Hip Hop Awards weekend,
Okay.
models, music, and media event. So I did that for about 10 years there. And so from that point on, I've been doing an event every year for my birthday all the way into Tampa.
All right.
So coming into Tampa, when I was in Atlanta, I had said that I would come to Tampa to retire. I would come to Florida. And all my friends would say Tampa is like a baby Atlanta. So I had came here a couple times. It's nothing
Okay.
like a baby Atlanta. Um, but Florida, the water, nice weather all the time. So what led me here specifically was I ended up getting a full ride scholarship into a law program.
Okay.
What provoked that was I lost my mom and brother to fentanyl and opioids that were pushed on them by a doctor.
Okay.
And I had to learn the law to advocate and get justice for my mom and brother.
Amen.
So I came here, I went through that program because before the program, I had been fighting for them. But then I got to a point where I got in front of the judge and he was like, well, you're breaking the law because you're practicing law without ever going to school or without a degree based on the documents that you're, presenting before us in court. And the
Okay.
attorneys was like, we went to school for 8 years for this, and she never went to school, and she's producing these documents. Like, so at that point, they was like, if you continue, that's a felony. So at that point, I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to go to school so that I can learn how to,
Mhm.
get justice for them, and fight these doctors who are obviously, got money and power. So I came to Tampa. I did that, got justice, which this actually, my mom and brother both passed away in 2014, 3 months apart, and this is
Okay.
now 2027. Believe it or not, we're just now getting justice.
Amen. Amen.
So yeah, it's been a long fight. I had to really, really educate myself. A whole lot of paperwork, reading, just having to learn the law. I got here, and one of the first people who I already had known was Kaya, who was doing Southern Soul, who was like, well, Tampa's not really a Southern Soul market, but if anybody can break it and make it be Southern Soul and do some Southern Soul stuff there, you could do it, Tanya. And I was like, and I came to Tampa to kind of chill out. I don't really want to do music no more. I might, open up a private school or something. But
Yeah.
they pushed it on me, and so now I'm doing Southern Soul. But I know a lot of I know a lot of artists, from Atlanta, and nowadays a lot of hip hop R&B artists are merging over into the Southern Soul genre.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Ray Lavender, these are all my friends, and they're like, okay, so now I'm pushing their records, and then I come up with this Blues by the Water, because last year for my birthday I did a trail ride.
Yes.
Never did a trail ride, not really big on horses. Just kind of did it because I do marketing, and that's what the consumers want.
Yes.
So I did it. It was successful. This year I just was like, okay, I want to kind of focus more on the music and the artist, because that's really what I am. I'm a publicist. I'm more of a publicist than a promoter.
Yes.
By nature, I have to promote. I mean, I'm a
Mhm.
paralegal. I'm a notary. I've been a notary for 30 years. So those are things that you do, that you have to promote yourself in order
Yes.
for it to be lucrative. So I started promoting this Blues by the Water. A lot of Tampa's a major market, although it's groundbreaking for the Southern Soul genre in specific.
Yes.
Blues is big time here. I mean,
Okay.
they do blues festivals here, for not so much for the Southern Soul culture, that bring in 20, 30,000 people coming out three, four
Mm-hmm.
times a year. Big,
Okay.
big country shows. Tampa's a major market for major R&B concerts, major country shows. Tampa's a major market corporate wise.
Yes.
Tampa has become, I would say, more of a baby New York than it is a baby Atlanta.
Okay.
There's no place like Atlanta. Atlanta is where the execs live, where the
Yeah.
stars
Well,
live.
yes.
It's a mecca for music. I would say Tampa Bay is a more of a corporate mecca. It's a major money market, is what I
Okay.
would say. And so that's what brought me here, because of the corporate world, the business aspect of it,
Yes.
and then being passionate about music, and loyal to my friends that are still in this music thing, and pushing through the struggle. They say, Tanya, help me push, Southern Soul in Tampa. I want to get in Tampa. For a lot of artists have never even been to Tampa before. So
Tampa is a nice
it's
city. I have my son used to live there. Now he stays in Fort Lauderdale.
Well,
oh,
well, I have
okay.
a question because
Yes, sir.
I have a question. I see you pushing Southern Soul. How was you introduced to it, and how did you feel
So
once you got introduced to it?
okay, so I am over 50. So I grew up on blues and juke joint music. When I
Yes.
was
Yeah.
younger, I remember personally when I was younger singing blues music. As
Yeah.
I got older, my grandparents would remind me, girl, you used to be singing them blues when we'd take you to the little shack house with us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then when I got into having a record store, blues was the genre. It wasn't Southern soul. Everything was blues. Sir Charles, TK Soul,
Yes.
um,
Hmm.
any any type of soul music was either going to be listed under blues or R&B or country.
Hmm.
Um, so I've always been into it from that aspect of it.
Okay.
Um, how I got into the Southern soul side of it, I would say we all got into it pretty much at the same time. It's
Hmm.
a genre. We have a lot of friends and family that sing from that style of music, that
Hmm.
gospel soul, that tambourine
Yeah.
field type,
Hmm.
Yes.
music. So um I would say what made me want to push push it would be I'm a marketing specialist. And from a
Yeah.
marketing perspective, you give the consumers what they want. It's not about me. If this was an era where it was more R&B, then that's what I would be
Hmm.
Yeah.
focused on my friends saying, cuz one of my like Ray Lavender for an example, major R&B artist, also
Yes.
has fire Southern Soul records right now.
Hmm.
So, Sky Watley, I've known Sky Watley from way back in the Rockstar days.
Yeah.
Um Pool Palace days, Bankhead days when he was rock starred out and then he went into doing live bands. Now he's like a major Southern soul artist.
Hmm.
So,
Mm.
I just kind of
Good guy.
again
Good
go
guy.
with with what the consumers like.
Yes,
And that's
ma'am.
Yeah.
kind of we're in a season where the consumers want trail ride music. They want field parties. They want to put on their dukes and boots, they
Hmm.
cowboy
Mm.
hats. They want to
Hmm.
go, even if it ain't in the field, they want that field environment or concept or
Yeah.
feel. So
Yes. And speaking about fields, don't you have a field, a ranch? Am I correct?
I don't personally,
Okay.
but when I do these events, I network with different venue owners and I just use their venues and basically collaborate with them to give them the marketing and exposure.
Okay.
I'm very particular though. That's why I'm very particular and I don't host so many events like that because I go so hard. And when you put that type of force behind the promotions, and then you move on to another venue because sometimes those venues go through whatever they go through. They may close down, they may not be permitted.
Yes.
Tampa is a market. When I did the trail ride, they basically, the city was like, they up on this. They watching social media. They like, nah, that's not what we want in Tampa. You trail rides, go to the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Mm.
We don't want people putting on big trail rides like this, and now the whole city, Hillsborough, think they can just pop up backyard trail ride parties and stuff like that. So that was
Yeah.
one of the reasons what made me say, okay, I'm gonna try a different venue, but also that's kind of going on everywhere. And again, that's not really my focus so much as being a party promoter as it is um working to help the artists obtain um a bigger fan base, more
Yes.
streams, getting their music, connected to the major radio stations, antenna stations that are actually playing the music to the consumers in the market.
Yes. So before the publishers and the events and blues by the water, what was a young Tanya like growing up? Because you
So
seem like
so
ambitious. Just sound
Hmm.
more ambitious.
Go get her.
So you know what? What a young Tanya was like was exactly what I'm like now. When I was younger, I always did uh the teen events, the youth parties, the stop the violence events, did the showcases. I would always promote and make flyers and do print shop and all that kind of stuff. And my mom would say stuff like, "Girl, you need to stop advertising." And I would write on my shirts and put different stuff on my shirts and go to all the little hip hop shows that we had back in the day. And I just didn't know there was a profession as it a profession in
Mm-hmm.
that area
But
until I got to Atlanta. And what what led me to finding out about it is I went to school and I tried everything. I'm talking
Mm.
about I signed up for every program you could think of, and I thought I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a teacher. Then I was like, no, I'm gonna try accounting. Then I was like, no, I'm gonna try nursing. And then I got to one point and the counselors was like, okay, you keep on jumping around to different programs and you got to figure out what it is you want to do. What do you want to do? And I said, you know what I said, Uncle T? I said, I want to do a magazine. And at that time, I literally had a mock magazine ready
Okay.
because I that's what I wanted to do. I did marketing, I did advertising and print shop. So she said, well, if that's what I said, I want to advertise artists. I want to talk to labels because I'm in Atlanta. So I'm like, this is what they say Atlanta
Yes.
is about. And she said, well, you need to be in a marketing program or something like that. And then as soon as I got in the program and I'm like, marketing, like selling stuff, and they told
Yeah.
me what marketing really was
What it
about.
was,
Cause
yes. I went to school for it, and I took a class, and I understand what you, because I thought I was have to sell something,
like a
and it,
because growing up I did telemarketing. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be selling nothing. I'm not calling nobody. But then when I went to school for it, I learned how to develop my magazine, billboard campaigning, public relations, promotions, every aspect of retail, how to run a record store, how to make sales. I mean, I would start winning awards from the labels. All the pictures that you see on my Facebook profile with every celebrity in Atlanta, I wasn't just a groupie or someone that loved all the
yeah,
stars and was just in all the places. No, those came from being good at what I was doing in marketing and retail and at every label in Atlanta saying, okay, make sure Tanya's at every one of these events. She knows music. She knows how to, get the consumers into her record store. She knows how to sell records. She knows how to put on record, you know, uh pop-up shops and in stores and stuff like that. So, I would win little all kind of things from the labels just from selling records. When I first started at the record store, what I was making about $25 a day, and I went from making $25 a day to $1,500 a day.
mm.
that
Well, what
man.
I got a question. What instilled this fearlessness in you?
Excuse
Fearlessness
me.
in you.
I'm
What
sorry, I didn't
instilled
hear
that?
you.
I said, what instilled the fearlessness in you? Because it seemed like you a go getter. Like you think
Well,
it and you do it. What instilled that? Because
you
most people would
know,
have.
I don't. I guess that's just that's a gift. Like some people, they have a gift to sing, they have a gift to write. I just have had always had that. I jumped off the porch like that when I was younger. I saw, I grew up in the hood, like like a lot of us, in the projects. I
Yes.
saw, all kinds of things going around me. I saw, you know, the the pimps picking up the ladies, and then I saw, the other side where the trappers were. I was presented with both opportunities. I was like, I'm gonna wear my skirt and put on my sneaks, and I'm gonna go. I'm not getting
Mm,
in the
Yeah,
car with the pimp. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. You gonna be the
yeah,
pimp.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
to
feel
be
you.
honest, that's just always been
Yeah.
me. All my friends that I went to high school with, they all have been like, she just was always like that. I've always been serious. I've always been about my business. When we were younger, my mom had 4 kids. We would always play school. I would always be the teacher. My brothers and
Okay.
sisters say you always would be the teacher, even still to this day, because I went to school for education, and you always would be the teacher when we were younger. You always would think you are mama. I don't know. It's just
What's your zodiac
part.
sign?
My zodiac sign is Libra, and a lot of people are like, because I have on this chain and it has a scale on it, which
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
is for a zodiac of Libra, or for Libra of
Yeah.
justice, lady of justice. So, but that's my
Okay.
that's my zodiac sign. I like balance. I like stuff organized. I don't like a whole bunch of stuff around me. Um, People think because I'm so straightforward and direct that I may be mean, or sometimes I'm a debater or argumentative. Not really. Only if I'm gonna argue, I'd rather argue in court. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'd rather go before a judge, and there's gonna be a check at the end of the when the when
Yeah.
the when the gavel hit the desk.
Hmm.
I'm not just
Amen.
the type that just wants to sit and debate and waste time and argue. I like to plan out stuff. I'm a very good writer. Like, I can write very good briefs. I can take a 30-page brief and
Uh-huh.
cut it down to 8 or less pages. I can do business plans like people write records. Like, I'm just very
Yeah.
swabby with
Hmm.
words. I
Okay.
could do essays. I mean, we have a lot of things going on with AI. Everybody's using AI. I had made a post where you have to make AI work for you. Don't let AI work you.
Right. You.
You,
Yeah.
Yes.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So a lot of people in school, you get a bad look for using AI most of the time, plagiarism, because people will use AI and they take AI exactly for what AI says. Sometimes they don't even read what AI
Yeah.
puts out to them. A lot of times AI will put out good information, but there's grammatical errors in there on purpose to see if you're even paying attention
Paying
to what I'm
attention.
Yeah.
giving
Hmm.
you. And then if you go and take that information and turn it into a teacher that has these systems that can tell you, put your paper into a system and it'll say 5,000 of 5,000 of these words on this paper is being used from a different paper. And that's basically what happened with our one of our classes. I was the only one that passed because we all used AI, but they used AI and didn't read or go back and look at AI. Just put whatever is there. And so
Yes.
that's,
Yeah.
plagiarism. But I'm very good at writing and scripting and,
Okay.
planning and so forth. So that's kind of, my
Okay.
lane.
So
Hey.
are you a one woman band, or is you have a whole team around you to help
You
bring the
know,
dream to
I'm
life?
I am not a one woman band, but I definitely have my son who's like he went to school for music industry recording arts, so he does big stages here in Tampa. He does all the concerts, Chris Brown, Britney Spears, Taylor Swift, Beyonce.
Okay.
I mean, Bruno Mars. He's every one of them. He's putting them up. He's doing the spotlight. He's doing the engineering, everything.
Yeah.
So he's definitely my team. He runs all, the sound. He can go all the way from playing live instruments to running the set that I have here to
Okay.
mixing the shows. He does the full set for the shows. He's the sound manager for the stage.
Okay.
Um so he does all that. Outside of that, I kind of am, because I don't know. People be moving too slow. It's like they not moving at my pace, and I'm ready to go. Like
Yeah.
I'll if I present something, I'm coming with my part. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I try to look for collaborative situations, and I'm gonna come with my part. But now I'm learning that I'm gonna just, maybe it's just best that I really focus on doing my own thing, because I've tried so
Yeah.
many collaborative situations,
Yep.
and
I know what you
nobody ain't
mean.
keeping up.
I know what you mean, Miss Tanya. I had to tell a friend of mine, producer friend of mine, that I say, you know what, I have a lot of titles, but I said my baby is the Uncle T show. That's the first
Right.
thing first. Everything else is a bonus. I say I love running the podcast. I love hosting shows. Them are my two things. Everything else is a bonus. But if it interferes with what I'm doing, with I'm trying to build this platform, how can I help
Hmm.
them if I ain't focused on what I have to do for the Uncle T show? And
True.
so I understand where you coming from that. I want to give some people a shout out. We got Sonny Boy up in here. Y'all
Oh
with oh
yeah.
yeah, my guy, my friend, OG Realist up in here, Queen Nee. Thank y'all for tapping in to Kira. DJ Flavor up out of Memphis. I will see you this weekend. Well, tomorrow, matter of fact. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. So let's talk about Blues by the Water. Where did the
Yes, yes,
idea come
yes.
from?
So the idea came because I'm in Tampa Bay, and then I'm heavy in the blues, mostly because I've gotten a lot older, so I'm into heavy gospel soul.
Yes.
Um More than
Hmm.
anything, I listen to that day and night.
All right.
But I'm a settler now, so I'm into blues, and we're by the water, so some of the venues I use are right off at the water. Some of the venues I use are not so much at the water, but we're in Tampa Bay, so it's water everywhere.
Yes.
Um, and then I have just a list of a lineup of artists, starting with this show for Halloween is M. Cali, who I do a lot of PR for.
That's my
This is
guy. He's a good
Yes,
friend of
yes,
Yeah.
mine. Very good
yes. I
friend of
love
mine.
M. Cali.
Hmm.
Awesome guy, cool guy, on point. He do his shows. He bout his business. He come where he say he gonna come. He does the
and
promotions. That's
and he be
and that's
jamming.
Yes,
He be
he
jamming.
jams.
Oh man.
The other headline artist for Halloween is Breeze Do Too Much, and
Yes.
then Cotton Candy is one of the special guests. John Rhea is a special guest. Bezel from Tampa is a special guest. Um, got a couple other artists that's wanting to take up some slots. So as in over the next couple of weeks, we gonna put them on there. I
Reach out to
got
Slow Money.
huh?
Slow Money. He in Tampa.
Izzy.
Yes, Slow Money is in Tampa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're
Yes,
gonna have to
yes.
connect us. I just had another artist just call me right before we got this interview up going, that's here in Tampa. So we gonna add her to it.
Hey, Miss
Um
Denise Cannon. Miss Denise Cannon will be a good candidate right here. She's a very great singer. She's in the building. So
okay.
just
You
so
you
you
know, so how Blues by the Water works is basically it's an open platform for any artist that has blues, southern soul, any type of soul music, even gospel, country, that wants to tap into the Tampa market. And basically it's a platform for us to collaborate together. Either you're
Mhm,
coming to the platform and you, because you've never been in Tampa, you don't have a following, you don't have a fan base, and you basically want to do a promo run. Or you're collaborating with me and we going 50-50 on the show.
mhm,
So that's the ways that I merge artists into the show. Another way is if I take the investment and put into the show and do the show myself, because it's my birthday and I'm just doing it, and I just
Yeah.
want to invest into putting on, a show. If I do it that way, I'm looking for artists that already has a fan base in Tampa, got got hits already. I'm guaranteed that they could fill seats. It's a
Yeah.
guarantee that I all I got to do is say their name and the consumers are gonna, buy. A lot of times artists are offended because they want me to book them, but I'm not a promoter, and a lot of the promoters in Tampa don't want to take the risk on blues and southern soul because they feel that it's not a market for it in Tampa. The reason that I do it is because some of these are my friends. And
Yes.
so, despite whether it's a market or not, this is the music business in Tampa is a major market. So, from an artist perspective, artists trying to get everywhere. They not excluding no major markets.
Nah.
So you can't tell a major artist not to come into a big major market like Tampa. They gonna want to come if there's some people in the market that can put some things together for them to come to. So and that's how the Breeze came along by one of the other promoters, because well, when you said am I a one woman show, actually this show for Halloween, my two cousins from Omaha are promoting this one with me. So
Okay.
one of my cousins brought Breeze into the show, and then I brought M. Callie into the show. And then M. Callie and Breeze both, when I say are artists that the consumers want to see
Yes.
them, the radio has already been playing their records for the last 8 weeks straight. Every one of their records that they have on their catalogs that are
Okay.
that are hitters without 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 a budget.
Mm,
Nobody's
Yeah.
paid any money to do anything. These are records that are in rotation in Tampa and St. Pete. Then when we talk about numbers and who wants to see who, I go by what the consumers say. When I put the record up for M. Callie and Breeze on TikTok, I mean, I've been on TikTok for good good year and a half.
yes.
Yeah.
Instant, instant 7,000, instant 7,000 views.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, people are like,
Yeah.
Breeze and M. Cali in Tampa, I'm coming. So
Yeah.
those are gonna be the things that make me say, okay, this is who we gotta bring because they have a following here. People are buying tickets to see them. Other artists, um, they have they're great artists. They have outstanding music. I'm not taking anything away from 'em. I love them all. But it's not anything personal. It's just based on consumers. If the consumer wants to see you, it's whether what does the consumer want to spend their money on?
Yeah.
And right
That
now,
is right.
everybody money is tight, and
Yeah.
and to be honest, even for this Blues by the Water show, a lot of promoters don't just give away tickets and stuff like that. I'm not doing these shows to pay my mortgage. I'm doing these shows
Yeah.
because this is how I brand myself
Yeah.
as well as the artists that I work with. So I'm giving away tickets. I give away tickets to the radio when I'm in the streets. I just randomly give tickets to people and say, "Hey, here's the tickets to the show. Take a picture, post it." Just that's how
Okay.
we get people in the building.
Yes, I
Well,
understand because I'm a slash promoter.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell everybody like this: it's like going to a bank. If you go into a bank for a loan, they're gonna want to see the investment back
Right.
from it. And I have a sponsor, so when he breaks off the money for me to pay for the artist, if I don't have butts in them seats, he ain't making no money. I'm not doing my job. That ain't doing my job. And then we done lost out on this loan. Then we defaulted,
And
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 that's what.
a lot of times promoters, sorry to cut you off, a lot of
You good?
times promoters take a risk and a loss because they'll book artists and they'll exceed everything that they can do. Sometimes they don't. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times promoters aren't putting up this type of investment for it to go to waste and not do no promotions.
Promotion, yes.
mhm.
And and artist doesn't double back and piggyback and promote with them. It's almost like it's counterintuitive. It's like you book the artist and you just blow your money because the artist got 20 bookings, and when you go to their page they got so many shows that the
Yeah,
consumer is confused on which show is in which city and who. So
Yes.
the promoter is expecting for you to promote their show, but you got 20 shows lined up ahead of this one.
yeah,
Like myself, I'm a promoter. Some of these artists will have 20 shows lined up before mine. So by the time mine's come, you only got one day to say, "Oh, I'm in your city tonight," but
mhm,
you in the city tonight. Like you didn't even give them enough time to know, and now you're mad at the promoter because sometimes that doesn't work. People
Right.
didn't have
yeah,
enough advance notice. They didn't get enough tickets. You didn't tell them, but then you say the promoter didn't do what they were
Mm-hmm.
supposed to do.
Amen. What DJ Blast? What was you finna say?
I was gonna ask how the reception has been in Tampa with the Southern Soul. I know it's the South, and I know we've been listening to Southern Soul for years before it had the name. But how has the Tampa market received Southern Soul? Like,
The consumers are receiving it well. Now, the industry, they've been a little, the ones that I've talked to, and
Yes.
yeah,
I could tell you now, I've been here in Tampa for 5 years, and in the last two, I ran through Tampa. I mean,
yeah,
Tampa is not as full as Atlanta. Tampa is not,
yeah,
it's not that hard to run through Tampa as it is like Atlanta.
Yes.
So
yeah,
I've run through Tampa networking. And when I tell you they've given me they've given me a hard time. They're like, I don't know who you think
yeah,
you is coming in Tampa with that
yeah,
Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? They like
Uh-huh.
this they city. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
Y'all know
understand.
how y'all know how they be territorial over
Yes.
they over the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So, they haven't been that receptive of me wanting to push Southern Soul, I believe, because they don't understand the bigger picture. They thinking it's a me thing when it's really not a me
Not
thing.
me thing.
It's actually a artist thing. It's actually a bigger cultural thing. They're like,
yeah,
well, nobody's listening to Southern Soul. The DJs aren't really playing Southern Soul. The major radio stations aren't playing Southern Soul. When we say playing Southern Soul, now we're talking about more than boots on the ground. We're talking
yeah,
about
Amen.
yeah,
Say it.
it's
yeah,
Say it.
some
Yes.
it's some bona fide Southern Soul blues artists out there. The
Yes.
one that's one of my favorites outside of who I'm bringing for Halloween, Stacy Regular.
Uh
mhm,
yeah.
Y'all know who
Y-
I'm talking about?
I heard of him. I heard of him. Yes.
What he seen? Oh, Stacy Regular he is
yeah.
so fire.
I'm not familiar with
But
them. I'm not,
oh, you gotta go to Facebook and type in Stacy Regular, but he's on
okay.
Apple too. And the thing is that fire. When I
Mm-hmm.
say fire, I mean fire. But again, this is Tampa. I can't just say Stacy Regular, and
Yeah.
they gonna be looking like cause
That's how it is. Go ahead.
they still want boots and
Yeah.
Yeah,
dukes.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So
That's I understand that. That's how it is here in Nashville. So Sunday they just had Breeze here in Nashville.
okay.
Uh-huh. But the crowd wasn't that much. But plus they busted heads for the seatings and everything. That was their major
What
problem.
was bust heads?
They was charging $400 for a booth, hundred
So
and
what
fifty
was the
dollars for a
general?
table. The general admission
What
was
was
$25.
oh that's general admission 25 is good.
Yeah, but 400 for a booth to sit down. But I've tried
Mhm.
to help these people out here, and I tell them There's not too many in this industry that don't know me. And you're bringing artists, this, that, and other, but who's helping you promote it besides yourself?
Mhm.
And the thing is that you artists have to. There's a process to this. Even though you're a promoter and you're going to make your money back, just your money back, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe $10 over that per person that came,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna average about if you charge $50 per person and you're only still gonna average taking home $10 per person after
Yes.
your expenses and all that, regardless.
Mhm.
Yep.
So a lot of times the artist doesn't understand that you're still working. You're basically you're double paying them. You're paying the artist, you're booking them, and you're working for them by promoting them and pushing their music and putting it in radio and putting it on billboards and doing all these different things that you're doing for that 6 to 8 week run or 3 to 6
Yeah.
month
Yes.
run that it takes for you to promote that show. That's work. So the artist
Yes.
is actually, and then they don't respect it. So the artist is actually getting double dipping. They getting paid from you, plus they working you,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
they don't respect you sometimes.
Yeah. That
So
is true.
I learned that from the record stores. My days in the record store, that's why I am the way that I am. I feel like, look, I'm not booking artists like that. Again, you have to
Yeah.
guarantee me that seats can get sold. And even if you can guarantee me seats that can get sold, I don't want to work for you. We
Yes.
we can work together, but I'm not gonna work for you. I'm not gonna do the work.
Yes.
I'm
Amen.
I'm I hate to go left, but I'm very interested in the record
Uh-huh.
store. When I
Okay.
heard that you owned a mom and pop record store, I got excited because I that's like a
Okay.
dream of mine. When I was a young man, I was like, man, I because I love cassette
Mine
tapes, I
too.
love CDs, and I was every Tuesday I was there getting it. And I just love different genres of music. So I guess what I'm asking about the record store, how did like what pushed you in that direction? I know you was working at one, but what made you say, you know what, I'm
So
gonna go ahead and do the record store.
when I was growing up in Omaha, we had Leola's Records, and she had two stores. And when was growing up, she had one, and then she ended up with two. And she was like the lady. It was like all the
Okay.
celebrities was at
Yeah,
her
Yes.
store.
Yes.
Everybody knew to go to Leola's. And you want to see who coming into town in stores and the
mhm,
VIP and I was like growing up. Remember, I said I used to go to do all the little marketing and stuff, and I was
Yes.
just like, when I grow up, I want to have a record store.
yeah,
But I didn't really think that I ever really would have a record store because it was like when I was young, having a record store was like you the record label. Like you
Yeah.
almost like up where the record labels was at. So then when I moved to Atlanta, because when I lived in Omaha, I did a couple parties, like some fashion shows and stuff like that. When I got to
mhm,
Atlanta, I did a fashion show and the girls that I did it with, they was like, "We got a surprise for you. You got to meet somebody." And they said he got a record store too. Y'all two y'all gonna tear the city up. And I was
yeah,
like, record store. And once I got in there and it was a wrap. I'm talking about the labels would come to the store. Cause back then, they had posters and all kind of paraphernalia.
Yeah.
So back
Yeah.
then man, when they came in our store, we had stuff hanging from the walls like 3D. I would tack the stuff and make it
yeah,
pop out at you and go all different ways. And they loved us for that, and it was amazing. I'm talking about all the artists, the in stores, going to all the label meet and greets, like
Yes.
up close
Okay.
and personal with Janet Jackson, like shaking her hand, like they like, no,
Yes.
one at a time. We want you to forever cherish this.
Yes.
Um, all the stars, Dwayne Wade, Puff Daddy, Ti. It got so not so bad, but it got so much in Atlanta that's really that's I got overwhelmed. I was just like, okay, I'm tired of this now. Like it got to the
Yes.
point where when you go to places, keep seeing y'all family now. So now it's like if you don't say nothing, they like, oh, you Hollywood today. You ain't talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we just seen each other yesterday.
But
Or
you was in Atlanta when it shifted though. You was in Atlanta when it was a big market.
popping, yes, when it was popping
But
into when it shifted.
yeah, and when it
When
shifted like almost overnight. So how was
it
that?
went to
Like,
you know what? I ain't gonna tell no story. I cried because it was like it was like when I came to Atlanta, I went in 97. So I actually went in 96. So it was like freaking all of this stuff in coming
hmm
from Omaha, Nebraska. I was like, I never seen, ain't no way this is really Magic City. Ain't no way. Okay. So even that shifted. I'm talking about having Young Jeezy coming out, doing the Young Jeezy party, going into all the strip clubs, like all of that shifted to the point where it was like strip clubs start getting shut down. Atlanta just changed all the way into going. Um, that's when we say Black Hollywood started coming in, when it
Yeah,
was
Okay.
like the BET Awards was coming there, Soul Train Awards was coming there, all the Tyler Perry stuff was coming there,
yeah,
and it shifted into the Black Hollywood, and then the record store era kind of started leaving. It was gone. Nobody
yeah,
was buying records. Then remember that time, there was a time when they was messing with everybody that was doing mixtapes. That was a big,
yeah,
Yes.
from that point when they started going after people with mixtapes like DJ Drama and all of that. That's when
yeah,
we was
yeah,
like, okay, the shift is coming. We got to start preparing to do something different. A lot of the record stores then were only record stores.
yeah,
Ours was more like a variety shop. So we had tennis shoes, we had records, we had CDs, we had
yeah,
mixtapes, we had
Okay.
videos, we had cigars, everything you could think of. But then it got to a point where it was like, okay, Earwax closing down, Toe Jam closing down,
hmm
Yes.
North Georgia CD.
yeah.
Okay,
Cause,
that's when I was like, okay, I'm crying because it's just
cause
like
it's. Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say it just seemed like it rushed up so high, and then it
Li-
just
Like you
dropped.
never would have. We never. We just never. I mean, I didn't see that coming.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Even though they was like mixtapes, stuff like that is going to go away because of technology. But you just like the record stores. You was like, ain't no way the record store is going down. It was like they was
yeah,
everywhere. And
yeah,
so
Yes.
that shift was different, but because a lot of the record store owners now are no longer, meaning they don't do nothing in the music industry. You don't
yeah,
even see them
Yes.
because they couldn't find another lane outside of that. Me,
Hmm.
I was lucky. I was able to still find my way and still stay connected to that scene afterwards.
Yes. So you are a publicist, correct?
I'm a publicist, yes.
So explain to some that doesn't know what the publicists do.
What a publicist does. So what a publicist does is I keep you I keep you in the public, like myself. I keep myself I am my own publicist. I keep myself in the public, meaning I
Okay.
always stay on all platforms. I'm always posting something every single day, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. I keep myself visible, meaning I'm always planning something. You're gonna see me somewhere. You're gonna see some captions. You're I stay hashtagging. You're gonna be able to find me. You're gonna be able to Google me.
Okay.
If something's out of place or not said right or there's some misunderstanding, I'm gonna figure out a way to get it straight. A publicist, I help get you connected to things. Like say for example, for some of the artists for the Blues by the Water, they don't know the radio stations in Tampa, so they're not even from Tampa. So I'm gonna be that one that give you the direct program director's phone number so that you could correct so that
Okay.
I'm sorry, so that you can connect with them directly. I'm gonna tell you, look, I'm giving you the direct number. I need you to call them, establish a relationship with them. This is what this call is about, establishing a relationship. Making sure they know your music. I don't work for you. I work with you. Don't think that you could send me the music like I'm the DJ and then I'm gonna do it. No.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's what a publicist does. It kind of like your micromanager or your secretary. I'm going to um when you can be places and I can be places, I'm gonna have your visuals or your promotions. I'm going to put shows together for you from beginning to end, meaning find the venue, put the ticket outlet together, get the consumers in there, make sure the chairs, everything is where they supposed to be, make sure your rider is straight, make sure your food, your hotel, your air, everything is done from beginning to end. Make
Okay.
sure if you supposed to be media somewhere or VIP somewhere that's done. Whether I'm there with you or not, I'm gonna make sure those things are done. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
that's kind of what a publicist does, is make sure those things are done, making sure your public awareness portals are all in place. People know where you're gonna be when you come into Tampa. If I'm not in Tampa, I'm calling people in Tampa saying, "Okay, Uncle T, M. Cali is finna come to Tennessee on such and such a day. I want y'all two to connect. This is what his spare time is, or do
Okay.
you got a studio? Those type of things."
Yes, he know he got Miss Tina Brown up this way in
Oh yeah,
Clarksville.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's how I met him at the show with her. And I didn't know at first who he was. And I'm like, why this man singing somebody a song? And then to turn around, it was him and everything. Because we was conversating like we conversating now. But
Yeah.
it
you
didn't
know,
click in my brain.
that's always been a thing in the music business, is that a record will be out for, could be M. Cali, for example. How I met M. Cali was, how I even heard about him was 2000 and 2022.
Hmm.
I was doing a fashion show and we were doing a scene called Daisy Dukes,
And that
and
was his
my
song.
grandmother said, "You ought to get M. Cali to be in this." And I was like, M. Cali?
Yeah,
Never
Daisy Dukes
never
and
heard
cowboy
of,
boots.
never really listened to Southern Soul or anything like that. So I Googled M. Cali and Daisy Dukes. And when I first heard the record, excuse me,
You all right. It come to you
when I
just
first
like
heard the record,
boom.
I was like, this is Southern Soul.
Hmm.
And then I heard Jeter, and then I was like, okay, I know Jeter. And I'm like, I don't know about this record. And so then we kept listening to it. And then next thing you know, I got back home to Tampa and I was like, you know what? I'm about to try to call and figure out and find out who is M. Cali. That's what a
Hmm.
Yeah.
publicist does. So what I did was I found out who M. Cali was. And I
Hmm.
called him and I said, M. Cali, my name is Tanya. I'm a publicist. And this is what we need to do. And then that's
Hmm.
how me and M. Cali, we've been
Okay.
tied in ever since.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
much, that's the thing. I'm very aggressive. I'm very go forward. I'm going
She
to,
like me. I'm
who I
aggressive. They
don't
know
know,
that.
if I work for you and I don't work with you and I don't know somebody that you saying that you want to get to know or you want to get connected to, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
it done.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna find out where they at, who they are. I'm magnificent at research. That's my mom used to say when I was younger, you gotta be an attorney or a private investigator. And I was like, I don't know. That sound like the police to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you should go to law school. I was like, nah, that sounds too much like. But
Now
then
look
now
at
look at
you.
where now look at
Yeah.
me.
No, thank
Full
you.
circle.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
S- So, what is
yeah.
one thing that immediately tells you an artist is serious about their career?
One thing that tells me an artist is serious about his career is money, is a
Mhm,
budget. I'm gonna be honest. For
mhm.
for the 30 years that I've been doing this, I've always advocated against people saying that you can get in the music business without any money. That
That's a
this
lie.
is a starving artist business. Back in 2000, when I owned the record store, the distributors were telling us then that please don't tell artists that they can get in this business and break records for less than 50,000. That was in 2000. This is 2027. So that's my biggest thing. You can get a lot of things done without money by who networking, bartering, collaborating,
Mhm.
but you have to have something. You have to be able to invest in yourself, and especially a person
Amen.
like me. I'm always invested in myself and my brand. So if I gotta put on a show that may cost 7,500 to brand myself for the year, that's gonna
Yeah.
carry me into, because the trail ride carried me into this year.
Yeah.
So if I have to invest that type of money to carry myself for a year and I'm gonna collaborate with you, you need to have the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to pay for ads on social media. You got to pay for flyers. Little things, even the little things that you may say, people don't use it no more. People don't do flyers no more. People don't you got to do it all. People don't get
Hmm.
tickets no more. Everybody get their tickets online or Eventbrite. For this show, I still got tickets. I still got flyers. I
Hmm.
did all the ads on Eventbrite, TikTok, Facebook, I just did a little bit of everything.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Calvin, right, Mr. Silver Fox. He said, "Hello, Tanya." About
hey,
how
baby.
much? He said, "How much does it take now to break a good record?" He's an artist about the Memphis, Mississippi area.
Now, I don't want to discourage anyone. I mean, I could tell you the worst artist, and if you feel like you the best, you gonna go be the best regardless. But
Yes.
what I will say is, you need to me. I'm gonna have $50,000 to run any type of business. This is a business. Breaking a record is a business. You have to, y- you got a brand. Um, or you gotta have the right team of people that's got that kind of money that you could put together, and y'all do it collectively.
Yes.
So that's what I would say. You got to find the right team of people. You got to get you a Uncle T, a Tanya, a Tim, a Talisa, a Joe,
Yeah.
all of them together that's
Yeah.
got the right resources and the financing to help you get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times people don't want to listen when you
Mm.
get that group of people together. So then it ends up falling apart just because you didn't want to do what they was telling you to do with their money.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
You know what? I understand when you said something here a little bit back. You said invest in yourself. I tell a lot of people, they say I'm always on the move. I tell them I really put the investment in myself. I
Hmm.
Right.
jump in my car. I pay for my motel room. It's because I take the opportunity for Uncle T. It doesn't
Yeah.
have for them to say, "Hey, Uncle T, I'm on." Now, Uncle T gonna come because it's gonna benefit my brand.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You know,
You exactly. Even from an artist perspective, if you don't get booked, why are you not coming to another major market waiting on a promoter to book you you might not never get there.
Yeah.
If you wait on a promoter to book you versus if you put your own what a promoter book you for 3,500, put your own 3,500 to the side, network with some people in that market, and y'all put a show together, and then you come into the market.
Market. Thank you. And
Simple.
amen. Simple. Simple. Business. I love it. I love it. The thank you. That part right there. So, what does Southern Soul have that the mainstream music sometimes don't?
Um, I would say what I think Southern Soul has that mainstream. When you say mainstream, are you talking about like commercial, like some pop music, or what you mean? Cause, cause to me, mainstream means like I'm gonna say mainstream could mean somebody like Chris Brown is mainstream music, but
Mm,
also somebody like Sir Charles to me would be mainstream. But nowadays they have put Sir Charles into Southern Soul genre when Sir Charles was originally into the blues genre, so he was
Yeah.
already
yes.
mainstream. But then
Hmm.
they try to put him into Southern Soul and make it now and take away his, you know what I'm saying? That kind of
Yes.
like
Yeah.
brought him down a little bit to me. Not literally brought him down, but I'm just saying as in taking him down to a lower category of or a newer category.
Well, well, what's the difference you feel that Southern Soul has versus the top 40?
So, I mean, I'm a you know, what Southern Soul has is strictly soul. It's I don't necessarily know if it's only a southern thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm,
we our culture is all from east to west, north to
Yeah.
south.
yes.
So I think that's a catchy a catchy tagline, Southern Soul. But to me, I think what it has is a strong soul gospel. You can clash in some tambourines, you can clash in some horns. You might be listening to, for example, somebody like Frank Johnson that could be singing
Yeah.
Southern Soul, and next thing you know, you done merged into gospel. Now you up stumping your feet, but it's
Yeah.
really a bluesy track, but you done
Yeah.
went to church. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I
See,
think that's
I was just gonna say I believe Southern Soul is authentic. You can be yourself.
meaning, oh, you can be
Meaning,
yourself.
I'm meaning, I'm meaning when I try to describe Southern Soul to people out that never heard it before, I'm like, it's blues, but it's R&B, but it's soul, but it's country, but it's gospel, but it's country, it's Southern, and it's all in one ball. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like a
Like there's
gumbo.
no,
That's what
Yeah,
it's
gumbo.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think there's one right way or one wrong way to do Southern Soul.
right, right,
I
right.
believe.
Cause
Oh, because I was just saying,
there's,
as a DJ, I like to do the juke joint type music,
I
but
was just gonna say juke joint. Cause when I was growing up, before it was blues, it was like juke joint. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
Yeah.
Miss Jody got that
yeah,
Miss Jody got that juke joint type of
Yeah. With
you
yeah,
know,
Mr.
that
Willie.
sock hop bop.
yeah. To the
Yeah,
Yeah. She
yeah,
got
that
that song
yeah,
with
they
Mr.
got that.
Willie. Remember Mr.
yeah,
Yeah,
Willie?
the Mr. Willie
With the Mr.
Mr.
dance.
Willie
Willie,
Willie
yeah,
dance. Yeah.
Mr. Willie supposed to be on the MLK Blues by the Water date we doing for MLK.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey
that's
man,
the
he
one
be
the
jamming.
I
radio
said I was
station.
gonna come. I wanna come to
Yeah, the
that one.
radio station connected me to Mr. Willie, the Tampa, the St. Pete radio station called me and
Okay.
said,
Yeah,
I need to give you Mr. Willie number to get Mr. Willie on that Blues by the Water. And me and Mr. Willie been talking ever since.
Yeah,
Every
Mr.
week
yeah,
they
Willie
play
is
Mr.
cool.
Willie.
yeah,
Mr. Willie is cool. You should really hear his story. He's got
yeah,
a backstory.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, he told you.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah, he
Hmm.
did. You
yeah,
know, this Blues, I say blues because when I say blues, I don't have to explain. I don't have to
Yeah.
define it. If
Thank
I
you.
gotta define it, I'm gonna lose you somewhere in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Versus when I say blues, that's it. You're not asking me no more questions.
Yeah.
But under that umbrella of blues are is so many styles of soul, zydeco. Like Tucker got that zydeco blues
Mm-hmm.
mixture is juke joint bop like Simply Wayne. It's just like
It's,
so many mixtures of it, and I see them clashing about what the genre really is, or is it trail ride or is it field party, or is it get up on top of each other and do the bop and grind, or is it
yeah.
twist and hop music? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
It's
Yes.
like feel good music with
Mm. I
But
got you. So,
but
Tanya,
it's all of
before.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
all
I
of
was
that
just
as
saying.
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Southern
All of
Soul is
it
all of
is.
that to me. You know, I don't
that's
think
what
there's
Southern Soul is.
Mm-hmm. It is. Basically, like she said, one big gumbo, pot
It's
of
all
gumbo.
of it. If you define
Yes.
it Southern Soul, I think they would, if everybody understood it like what you just said, is if everybody understands that Southern Soul is collectively all of it,
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
then we
hip
could
hop.
get somewhere.
It's because you got I, I look at Michael Clark with the Mr. Collie Park behind him. Like that sound like
Yes.
Atlanta bass, but it's Southern Soul,
Yeah,
you
it do
know. But
sound Atlanta based, but it's Southern Soul, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Now that you said
yeah,
that.
Mm-hmm. So, Miss Tanya, before we get up out of here,
Okay.
for young ladies that's looking up to you, or just say, "Hey, she inspired me, and I want to do what she do," what advice would you give them?
You know, as a woman in this business, for one, let's not never ever ever confuse business and pleasure or personal. That's y- y-
mhm,
if you mix the two, you
It's
still
bad.
need not confuse the two. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Because in this business, we as women, we're a hot commodity if you stand 10 toes down.
Yes.
So that's what I would say, stay at your craft. Don't be shaken. When I first got in this business, I mean, I was tried from the left to the right. I was on one team. They like, nah, you too good for that team. Try to get me over here on this team. And, I always
Yes.
wanted to do my own thing. So I would say you
mhm.
just gotta, stay grounded. Um, Keep it business. That's one thing that I never did. I was never on no personal stuff. Let's just stick to the business. That's what I would
Business.
say. Yeah.
Yes, I never believe in mixing business and pleasure. Not even working a regular 9 to 5. I've never thought that. That's like water and oil. I say.
Hmm.
Right.
I say it's
Right.
like water and oil. So, Miss Tanya, so how can people find you to reach out to you to say, "Hey, we need some PR," or "Hey, I'm
Okay.
interested in the blues by the water," or "Hey, y'all, I forgot she do got her own podcast too as well."
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
So, you can reach me on all platforms at Let Me PRU, which is LETMEPRYOU. The podcast is Of the Opinion Podcast, just like it's spelled, Of the Opinion Podcast. And on that podcast, we kind of touch on all different kind of things. We touch on conversations of soul. We touch on different things on just what your opinion may be on a market research. We
yes,
do a lot of sports casting, going to
because
the
you got the
fights and
fight.
Yeah, yeah. Ever since I went to law school and I got into the sports law, it kind of opened up another avenue. So I kind of got a little bit more interested into sports. And then my son does the boxing stuff heavy, so we've been doing a
Okay.
lot of
Okay.
uh
Yeah.
boxing feedback. But you can reach me at Let Me PR You on all platforms. Blues by the Water is on Facebook. If you want to go to the Blues by the Water Halloween, it's Blues by the Water Halloween .eventbrite.com.
Hmm.
You can always call me. My number is a public number. It's 813-297-8096. 813-297-8096. I'm a very good, communicator. I'm down to talk to anybody. I'm open to listen. I don't have a one set package plan for everyone. One plan goes for all. Everybody's an individual person. Everybody has an
Mhm.
individual vision and project. So, I'm down to work with anybody. I'm down to collaborate if it makes sense. I'm sure it's probably gonna make some money. So, you know,
Yes, because I will be calling you up soon. I'm telling you,
I prefer to do collaborative deals than I prefer talking about PR. I mean, for one, PR is very expensive. If you Google PR or just
yes,
type in, what it costs for PR, it's higher
yeah,
than what it costs to book an artist.
yeah.
So to
My
be
boy
honest,
paying
I prefer,
2,000. He
yeah,
paid
I
two
prefer
thousand.
to chop it up with people and see how we can collectively work together versus me just going straight in, charging you
Okay.
$5,000 for PR, and then you don't even hold up to the job that's got to be done. It's just better,
Yeah.
more cost effective if we work together, and then you still get the PR anyway. So
Okay. Okay. Well, Miss Tanya, we'd like to thank you for coming up on the
Yeah.
Uncle T show. And anytime you want to come up, if you even want to say, I want to co host the show, you more than welcome.
Mhm.
oh man, I appreciate that, man. It has been such a pleasure, man. Y'all have
Well,
made
I
me
was gonna
feel
say,
so
man, I got so
welcome.
much game from you just now. With
Really?
this hour right here, I feel like I picked up
Man, if y'all
everything you
got any,
dropped.
y'all can call me anytime. If you guys want to ask me anything, we don't even got to be on this in this setting. You could just call me. Got a question? We locked in.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is Miss Tanya Renee Holmes right here on the Uncle T show. Let's give her a warm applause. Thank you,
Thank
sis.
y'all.
I will be talking to you here soon.
Yeah, and I'm gonna see y'all in Tampa, but probably come up for January for MLK weekend for this Blues by the Water we doing in.
Okay. I got
All
you.
right.
Okay.
All
I
right.
Thank
love to
y'all
meet
so
you.
much.
You
You
welcome.
too.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Y'all, that was Miss Tanya Holmes right here on the Uncle T show. Let's give it up for business. Business. Can we give her that? Y'all, this woman knows her business. And I like a
Mhm.
power woman. The power woman. She is powerful. So I'm gonna give it up to her one more time. And if you ain't picked up no knowledge from what she was saying, then I think the music industry just ain't for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
ain't for
'Cause
you.
she dropped too much game. Like
Then
I'm
she
listening and
dropped the jewels.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
she said
Yeah.
that. Oh, she told it.
Yeah.
Oh, she said it.
Yes.
So I'm like, man, like if they didn't pick up, I feel sorry
Mm,
for them, man.
amen. Hey, my brother, I like to say thank you once again,
Oh
man.
no, thank you, man. Thank you, and thank the
Yeah.
people for watching, man. And hey, another great episode.
Another
The
great
Uncle T.
episode. And y'all don't forget to go vote DJ Blast DJ of the Year for the AMG
Yeah, it's the
Awards, y'all.
it's the
So
it's the
we
next DJ of the year
the next
award.
DJ of the year, next DJ of
Yeah,
the year.
yeah. If I
Okay,
get
next
this
DJ.
one, then they put me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I might get to go up to the next level.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Tanya, Mr. Silverfax Cavalry Wright said, thank you for opening that gate tonight. We really appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all go check out DJ Blast on YouTube as well. You know he got them heaters out that he be putting out every Friday. So
Yeah. Yeah, Lord
Let's
willing.
give it up for him. Lord's willing. Yeah, sometimes he he got life too now. Things.
Yeah, life be life, man. But it's an honor and a pleasure to be able to DJ for the people, man.
I know that's right. Well, DJ Blast, I'd like to say thank you once again.
Thank you, man. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Thank you, my brother. We're about to be out here in a minute. Thank you, Clovis. I really appreciate that. And we got you next week, my brother. And I promise you on that. Y'all remember Clovis right here. Mississippi Fox will be up here next Thursday. So y'all remember to tap in right here on the Uncle T show. Y'all, thank y'all for tapping in. But Uncle T got to get up, go to work in the morning. Then I got to be in Memphis for the Croon Fest. Y'all, the Croon Fest Uncle T is hosting for Johnny Dynamite Croon. So y'all see me in Memphis tomorrow at the Croon Fest. Y'all stay tuned, tap in to the Uncle T show, everybody's favorite uncle, your plug for Southern Soul, R&B and blues. You know, the ambassador himself, Mr. Southern Soul in Nashville, and we out.
Welcome to the Southern Soul Zone, your plug for Southern Soul.
Yeah. It's the Southern Soul Zone. Uncle T and the Boo, man, is my home. From Murfreesboro, with them back roads home. Now I'm Nashville, living where the big dreams come. State to state, yeah, I'm riding them lines. City to city, got them Southern Soul vibes. Boo walking, big boy trucks rolling deep. A city do turn country, but I still don't sleep. I'm the plug for the soul man who won.